Sweet. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to try to set up a Xbox and get data on it, and then maybe we need the scoreboard to let us know, because that's what they'll agree to.
Yeah,
I'll find something nice.
that's why I have it set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just grabbed the top one.
Alright, because there's those nice 8 ones with 4 USB holes in them, which are like... I was going to need to put them all in before this class, so I'm going to take that to I need it. And you don't need that.
My only issue is my
A little bit of trivia. I call the bed handle Bill on account of his glorious calves. Bill, baby cows. I don't know if he likes it, but I'm doing it anyway.
This one's got really high volumes here. I wish I could hear it. Hang on, we're bringing...
Alrighty, so the official review that came from that, Cost Chaos asked for an official review, meaning a destruction of pack to be awarded to the Men of Steel. That has been
track too much.
Yes.
No, that's not what I want. I want a bigger page. That's what they just... They said, moved on me and I can't do from the control thing now.
Oh, that's true. They just not ever update ever. Leave everything as it is.
Where is that network going?
It's disappeared. I tried to find it on that too, but I couldn't find it either. Which worries me. I think I might just be too far away.
Yeah, that might be.
Stop singing.
Alrighty, we're only a minute away from the second half of the Newcastle Men of Steel against Cops Chaos. Score update, although I'm sure you all have eyes, is 163 to the Cops Chaos up against 76 to the Men of Steel.
We're not eating something.
you are wearing your wristband at all times. No wristband, no entry. The bathrooms here this weekend are gender neutral. You can find them in the main foyer. We have 17 and a half minutes left on this second period clock. Cox Chaos on 206 points up against the Men of Steel 90.
wickets. It issued the production of the strong signal.
Tails, we have Mock jamming for the Men of Steel up against Mr. Mullet for Cross Tails. Mock has lead jammer for the Men of Steel. Mock makes it through with a 5-point pass to the Men of Steel. Mr. Mullet has made it through his initial pass now. Mock coming around for his second scoring pass. And he calls off the jam with 2 more points, but not before Mr. Mullet could rack up 1 point on the board. That was a 7-point jam for the Men of Steel and 1 to the Cox Tails. Looks like we're coming down to what will likely be the last jam of this game. Score update, Cox Tails at 271, the Men of Steel 119. For the Cox Tails. Looks like she's letting the clock run down. 1. And we have an official end to this game. Waiting for the points to go on the board from that jam. Looks like it was 19 points to Lush and the Cox Tails up against 5 to the Men of Steel. Waiting for the referees to confirm the score. Looks like we've had our points confirmed. Congratulations to the Cox Chaos for the win at 290 up against 124 to the Men of Steel. Stick around on this track. Up next at 11 o'clock, we sing. Oh, sorry, no, that will be 2 o'clock on this one for the Smash taking on the Cox Chaos.
On Cliffhanger 173 Copter to Recti 6-1 Leo Slayer, 7-1-8-2 BLs.
I'm going to pause you there. We're just going to have a moment of silence. Back again, Cutthroat King is all the way back.
Oh, a cut to Boyd.
Or Juggernaut can score any points. All right, so we see them. Jamie Lannister. BCR is looking like they're, well, like we said earlier, opponents, not enemies. Roller Derby really is full of love. It's a considerable discussion that's occurring. Is that Spanish Inquisition with the name Spenners on her back as a ref? Oh, she's changed her name. I love it.
It's probably just shortened. Everyone probably just calls her Spanish. She's just like, stuff it, I'll just change my name.
Still, the conversation is happening. And BCR are all abandoning the bench to go have a chat to their fans, grab a drink, quick toilet break.
No, they're setting up for a jam.
Oh, my mistake. Don't you love a good plot twist? We see Carnage doing the same. They're like, well, if they're getting on track, we might as well get on track too. We see the refs returning to their positions.
So if this jam does go ahead, which it looks like it is, it's Bobby Smack up for the Carnage and his role in us for BCR.
A bit awkward. Our in-house commentator has, I believe, gone to get herself a sausage sandwich. So we don't quite know the result of this official review as yet. Unfortunately, we're back up here in the nosebleed section. Let's see what occurs.
No,
Oh.
halftime has been called.
We are done. It's sausage sandwich time. Grab your snacks, grab your food, grab a quick toilet break. We will be back in approximately 15 minutes.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to BCR versus Carnage for our game at AMRD 2017. We see BCR quickly jumping on track here with 4 players. We have a clear penalty box. We have Boyd with the pivot for Carnage, and who do we have that? Number 44, I believe that's Bobby Smack. Gotta love Bobby Smack.
And his rolliness.
Lovely.
Jamming
Bobby Smack
for BCR.
and his rolliness. Ooh. 3 tripods with floaters. Quick reshuffle. And they're on. We've got Bobby Smack hitting BCR at the very front. Oh, being pushed a bit to the back though. His rolliness is through. Lead. And we have Bobby Smack on the ground, but he's up. And his rolliness making his points approach. And he's pushing, and he's up.
He's being recycled to the back of the pack.
And we see Bobby Smack being recycled also. This is a tough one. Star pass for Carnage going to Astro Boyd with the pivot panty.
I believe that's a panty pass to Boyd. His rolliness making an easy pass for 4 points.
And we have it called by his rolliness to keep 0 down on Carnage.
BCR coming at them pretty quick for the start of this second half. Try and bring it home. I mean, it's only a 60-point deficit. That's not impossible.
We've got David Deckham against Cutthroat King. David Deckham for Carnage pushing up on the inside there. Against Cutthroat King, almost he's on his last blocker at the front. He's got a 2-wall that keep rotating.
Letting David Deckham through for lead jammer.
Cutthroat King through on the inside.
Oh, pension check trying to go for that, the last desperado hit on Cutthroat King. He's got 1 point, 2 points maybe.
Called
before
off.
Calling it off.
We have a quick ref check to figure out the points that were taken on that outside. We've got 2 points in the sky.
2 points. 3 points.
My mistake. I need to get my eyes checked. We've got Wreck-It for Carnage. Up against Drop Lair. We got a bit of a knuckle bump there. Bit of love on track.
Rec-T. I've been saying Wreck-It. I apologize. Rec-T.
Astro Boyd attempting to clear that BCR line there for Wreck-It.
Boyd coming in. Wow, Elvis doing a really good job for BCR.
Almost all those points. He's just got to get through again now. It's a bit soul-crushing to get through, get your points, and then taken out by the last blocker, but it happens to all of us.
Boyd is definitely holding on to the star now, so the star pass has happened.
We got
Boyd
Blair
being
coming around again.
Recycled to the back. Drop Blair coming through. He's on the hunt for more points.
Oh, there is some yelling happening
back
on
block
track.
Definitely. Boyd done for a back block.
Did you see that footwork from Drop Blair just then? There we had a pivot, we had a turn, we had a couple of twinkle toes, and he was out of that wall. Copter being held at the back there.
Another good gravity check there by the jammer. Yes, gravity still in working order.
Gravity or invisible ninjas. Drop Blair around on the outside, and he's through with BCR breaking up that Carnage wall by isolating players, preventing them from moving to attack their jammer.
So they called it off with the jammer still in the box.
We've got Astro Boyd in the box for Carnage. And we believe, is that his rolliness rolling up for BCR?
Yes.
So we have Carnage taking what looks like the back line. BCR moving in a little bit, doing a bit of circling to isolate, see if they can squish that wall. Let's see here. We got his rolliness attempting an approach on the inside, finding some opposition at the front there. Down, he's out.
Wow, recycling. Thuggernaut trying to recycle back.
We have Astro Boyd coming through. He's trying to get through that tripod at the back there. On the inside, a couple of...
Skip, hop, and a jump, hurrah.
And
he's
he's
made his initial pass.
Excellent. Some high fives all around. Man tapping.
Zip,
Gotta
zip.
love some man tapping. BCR with 131 to Carnage 59. Let's see Carnage pop back like they did in the first half. Cutthroat King against, who is that? Is that Cliffhanger for me, Hauser? Carnage.
Yes, Cliffhanger.
Pushing at the front there. An absolute, oh. And he's up, he's up. And that was an out of play block.
It's lead jammer though. Superman. Oh, nice.
Attempt at an apex.
Just
it was
a beautiful.
Copter,
Bloody-
fancy feet at the back there, trying to pull
bloody
back that
copter.
jammer. I must say, these players are effective, efficient, and we got a bit of showmanship as well. Copter pushes him on the outside, brings him back, but gets done for a penalty, unfortunately. So we have Cutthroat King at the back of the pack right now, approaching a 2-wall, bit of a jump over the leg, and he's through.
Yeah, Cliffhanger calling it off.
He's done and dusted for that jam. Good job to both jammers. That looked like a tough one. They were effective, they were efficient, and their blocks were just timed perfectly.
We have two jammer panties. Yes, no,
Oh,
yes,
a bit of confusion
no.
there?
No.
Why not jam
Boyd-
two jammers? Why
Boyd-
not? Let's change the game.
Boyd's jamming. I think this is the first time he's actually stepped up to the jammer line compared to taking all those panty passes.
Is that drop Blair for BCR? I
Yep,
believe it is.
It is.
Oh, sucking back
Oh,
the space, bringing him back all the way around that apex.
I feel like it's almost a little drop Blair, not too fussed whether or not he gets sucked back.
Drop Blair through with the leads. He darted around those blockers, and we see Boyd getting around the outside, coming up against a blocker at the front, pushing, he's through, drop Blair and Boyd both through, but Blair's got the points. Holding his arms up. Do I call it, Benchy? Do I call it? Do I go again?
I think he's
Yeah,
just
and
draining
we're
the
gonna call
time. When you have a considerable lead like that, he's probably just thinking, all right, we'll just ride this out. We'll take a little couple of seconds off the game clock. Let's slow things down.
We got David Deckham rolling up for Carnage as a jammer. And who do we have for BCR? Is that his rolliness?
Rolliness.
His rolliness. Bow down before his rolliness. And we have a jammer standing back here on the jammer line.
What?
Sorry, a blocker standing us with our jammers.
It's just,
Oh, he's moving forward.
yes, it's
He's holding
it's
that
a
jammer
play.
line.
It's obviously a little play that they're working on.
I can see how it would be, how it would work. You can just take that
It's
back
almost a
line.
distraction piece as well, and also a good assist from the back.
And we have his rolliness through. We've got David Deckham still fighting through, and he's through. He's through. He's made his initial. Rolliness has just made his scoring pass with 4 points.
Calling it off. Bobby
have
Smack up for Carnage.
Scartel with 139 to Carnage 6-3.
Cutthroat King back up.
Oh, some fist tapping, some
Man love.
some man tapping, some hugging, some. Gotta
Fist-
love that.
Fist bumps, hugs. There's distinct lack
If
of
Derby
dabbing.
wasn't- if Derby was not physical enough, it just got a bit more physical. Oh,
Running around the outside, using the Trop Star as a bit of an assist there.
all the gems go around the outside,
All
round the outside,
round the outside. Massive hit to pension check. Bit Recti pushing at the back. Oh,
Something has flown off
I think
someone.
it's just a knee pad cap that's
Knee
just
pad cap has been
gone
pushed
to-
into the audience.
gone to the wayside.
No time for kneecap protection. Just get rid of that. Cutthroat King
So-
attempting to get across. And he's through. Copter's
Bobby
putting up some
Smack
opposition.
is standing in the in the box, ready to
Copter's
jump
joined by 2 blockers.
back into the pack.
Cutthroat King's at the front, and he's through. Lots of opposition put up there by Copter, joined by 2 blockers to make his life just that little bit harder. But Cutthroat King is through.
Such a strong 3 triangle there.
Oh, Bobby Smack has made it. He is through. And we see Copter going for Cutthroat King. Oh, he was lucky, mate.
Cutthroat King was like, oh, I'm just going to call it off now before I get Copter smacked.
Yeah, he did not want to be on the receiving end of that hit. And I do
I
not
don't
blame
think
him.
I want to be either, man. Boyd back up to jam for Carnage.
And we have Drop Blair getting a bit of man tapping in before he rolls up to the line. Oh, there we go.
How can you not hug a man in pink? It's
How
just
can
so
you not hug a man
inviting.
with that magnificent beard. Here we go. We got Boyd approaching the back, keeping an eye on Blair there. He's going toward the outside, cutting across track, getting pushed out, and he's back on. Oh,
Synapsis
we've got a
Kid.
cut on Boyd.
Oh, I think that was just Synapsis Kid
Power jam.
sneakily pulling a cut, causing the Carnage's
Drop
jammer
Blair's looking
into
a little
the
bit sad and sorry for himself after that wall. But he'll bring it back.
calling it off.
Quick. That was
Bit
a
of
quick jam.
You're going to start the next jam as a power jam for BCR.
We have Scartel on 150 to Carnage 6-3. 17 minutes left on the clock.
His rolliness for BCR up, starting this power the jam off for.
Oh, we got a bit of hustle, a bit of tussle going on there on that line. Oh, we got someone on the grounds. We've got some yoga action from Copter there to avoid hitting him. His rolliness through, doing some pirouettes.
Copter sending his rolliness for a bit of a copter spin.
I must say, these men are some graceful skaters. Oh, that is a tough-looking wall.
It's almost a big mush of every single player on the track in that wall.
Mosh pit. You do not want to be
Bit
a
of
part
a
of
mosh
that.
pit, yes.
Yeah.
He's finally through for lead jammer for BCR. Boyd's trying to work the lines. Almost nice work on the line there. Almost getting caught for a
We got
cut.
some agility dancing at the back there. But he's just pushing. He's all tangled up. He's facing the wrong direction. And it's called by his rolliness. I don't know if Boyd knew where he was going to go in that last bit. You get that tangled with the opposition. The probability of getting a penalty there was quite high. Boyd saw that. He stopped. Don't know if he knew how he was going to get out. We got Cutthroat King against David Deckham from Carnage. We're seeing BCR jumping on track now. They are up. We have what looks like a timeout.
Yes, no timeout. Yes, whoa. Left that one a bit late, didn't they?
Oh, we did. And then, strangely enough, Carnage are replacing the current lineup with a... No, it's a team meeting. My mistake. We got a team meeting happening on track with Carnage having a bit of a chat. We got Copter leading the conversation. We got BCR going to their bench to get their ideas together.
Definitely a team out to BCR. Calling it right on that 5-second call. So using the most amount of time they can use.
Team formalities completed. We have David Deckham left on the line. Oh, we have 2 jammers currently. Bobby Smack and David Deckham. Who's he going to be up against? Let's see.
Whoa. Okay, cool. Let's see how this unfolds, ladies and gentlemen. There's 2 jammers on the track for the Carnage.
Which one is it?
Let's
Mini,
see.
mini, miny, mo.
This is an illusion.
I think they're trying to mess with their opposition here. We saw them placing a couple of players on their jammer line. That was BCR, but now we've got Carnage putting in a bit of trickery of
Coming
their
at
own.
them with 2 jammers.
Oh!
Oh, beautiful.
Love your work, Bobby Smack.
That's all legal. I mean, anything that happens before that first whistle, as long as there's no contact involved, I'm guessing that's all tickety-boo. But it definitely was throwing a bit of shade at the BCR.
What is Derby without a bit of drama? Let's be honest. A bit of theatrics.
Well, you could say it worked because Deckham is
lead
jammer for the Carnage.
Oh my gosh, yes. BCR trying to catch up there. Coming around the apex. Moving toward the next apex to get through. And David Deckham's called it.
Called it off. I don't think there's any points, though. He must have just got pushed to that outside line and...
And it looks like we have a timeout for the moment, just to check times.
So it's up to 173 Copter, who is the captain. 1878 Pension Check. Number 2, Recti.
Let's hear a digital cheer if you're here for Carnage. And a digital cheer if you are here for BCR. I'm here for the Derby, personally. I think we're seeing some fantastic things happening on track. You can see both these teams have been training extensively over the last several weeks or more to get their game in check, organize and condition their jammers. We've got his rolliness rolling on track with Bobby Smack. No theatrics this one. We know who our jammers are. But we've got a bit of a mosh pit up the front there on the pivot line. Oh, we got Bobby Smack pushing at the front. BCR at the back going around the outside. Slammed by Copter.
Copter not quite making it stick.
That was a brilliant hit by Copter. Just not quite enough to get that through. Says his rolliness has some extreme stability. His rolliness pushing on the inside. And we've got Bobby Smack taking off the panty on the back of the pack.
Definitely a penny pass there to Copter.
I would love to see Copter hit some people as jammer. I think he would do a fantastic job.
His rolliness calling it off before any point scored by the Carnage. And Boyd is back up for the Carnage. Cutthroat King for BCR. Hustle. I feel like the teams are giving me anxiety by not being on the track in time. Cutthroat King now on the hunt for points, but Boyd is out and about. He's made his initial pass. Cutthroat King calling it off. Making 2 points for that pass.
And I'm back. Sorry for that brief interlude. I had priorities. There was a sausage sandwich presented to me.
You ate a sausage sandwich.
And I had to eat that before I could continue my commentating. Priorities, ladies and gentlemen. We look like we've got a team timeout to Carnage. Currently, we have BCR 160 to Carnage 63. And we see our happy little BCR people having a bit of a chat of their own while Carnage is getting a conversation from Copter. We have a wonderful zebras all in the middle there. You can see the black and white, a fantastic role to play in roller
It's
derby.
almost like watching real zebras graze in the African savannah.
As long as we don't see any lions, we'll be right. Also, a big shout out to our wonderful NSOs, our scorekeepers, our lineup trackers, our timekeepers, jam timers, my mistake, our penalty box people, managers, timers, all that jazz. Love your work. You guys have kept this game going. Without you, we would not be able to skate. All right, we see Carnage jumping on track. We hear the whistle below. And who do we have here for BCR putting on the jammer penny now? We have Synaptic Kid is jamming for BCR against, what do we got? David Deckham for Carnage.
I think this is the first time we've seen Synaptic Kid up on the jammer line for the BCR.
Has been superb. Let's see some of that funneled into jammer action.
And I love like almost the ice hockey-esque elbow guards there.
And Synaptic Kid is pulling the David Deckham, the other jammer, around the apex. Around, continuing, back around, continuing. So he's blocking as a jammer. I knew this was going to happen afterwards, seeing his blocking skills.
Synaptic Kid drawing it all the way around to almost the second turn.
And he's coming
Getting
up.
some speed up.
David Deckham's got some speed on him, though. Oh, we had a nice little hit on the back there. That was a bit of payback.
Called on David Deckham, sending him to the box. Synaptic Kid with the 1-2 shuffle, spins around Copter.
Bit of dancing going on there.
Smooth move there.
A beautiful transition on toe stops. And we have Copter in the middle. Now, Hauser, you might be able to shed some light. Just then we saw, I believe it was BCR's jammer hit to the outside by Boyd. Boyd went to the back, but his rolliness was able to step back on without getting a cut. Did you see anything?
Not sure on that one.
Unfortunately, sometimes only the refs will know.
Or anything like that. Basically, all these zebras are doing is using their two peepers.
And they're doing a fantastic job.
Droplet jumping over the fallen skater of Carnage.
And this is why we practice jumps at practice.
That's why jumping is very important.
Is rolliness through with the points?
No, that's Droplet.
Five
It's Droplet, not his rolliness.
Sorry, his Droplet. My mistake.
He's doing what? Was just rubbing his nipples. That was fantastic. I don't know if that's a sick Blair doing just easy
and
work.
And we've got our man Bobby Smack crawling off.
All right, so we
now
might
let's
have
get this man some attention here.
Quick first
St.
aid
John's
check.
Ambulance are coming over. They are doing a fantastic job as well, looking after our skaters and recognizing when somebody is in need of help.
Just going to do a bit of a. I think all the teams will be returning to their bench, having a few checkouts.
Yeah. After it like that, I'm not surprised that we've got something.
There was a few big hits there. I don't know if the microphones picked them up, but there was very, very audible bangs as literally bodies hit the floor.
Yeah. We're getting in that was an excellent imitation of what that movement looked like. If we could get you into the middle of the track and you could do it again, that would be fantastic.
No, pass. I will pass on that, please.
All right, we currently have BCR on 198 to Carnage 63. You have a brief moment where we have a timeout where you can grab a drink, grab some food, maybe some chocolate, maybe some popcorn, or a cider, though it is quite early in the morning for that. Maybe it's just me. It is lunchtime, right?
I've been up since 8:15.
Yeah.
It's 12:30 here on Coffs Coast.
It still feels like morning for me after a long drive yesterday.
I need a So I'm not 100% clear.
8 minutes left in the game. You would not want to be leaving this game.
I mean, expulsion's never nice. I think nearly every derby's scary. Yeah, but you know what? It's the nature of the game. We've got to keep our boys and girls
and it's a lesson you learn. You never do that thing that you just did that was naughty ever again.
Yeah, it's like being sent to the to the principal's office and then being told you've just been suspended from school.
Yeah.
Personal note, never happened to me, but
oh sure,
I can imagine. It wouldn't be a good feeling.
From experience.
Going home and telling your parents, mum.
Yes, dear.
It's not the teachers you worry about. It's sitting with the first aiders, having a good beverage. So he looks
quite chill.
He looks happy.
Yeah.
He's not too sore and sorry for himself.
And we are about to find out the result of that official review.
I believe it probably.
Wait for it.
Yeah, I don't think the skater in question has been expelled from. So I'd say the initial ruling has been upheld.
And And we've got David Deckham jamming for Carnage with
Cutthroat King for BCR.
And the official review was not upheld.
Yeah, they believe the initial hit was not vicious enough or aggressive enough to cause an expulsion for that player. So I think he just spent his time in the penalty box for the initial penalty, and that was it.
And we've got David Deckham going through. A star
There
pass
he is,
with
Elvis. I told you there's an Elvis on the track. He's just received a star pass.
We were just talking about you, Elvis. And we see him doing a bit of a dance, floor dance on the ground.
Weak knees, was it? Was it the weak knees?
It was the weak knees. And we get a duck and it's pirouettes. Oh, Elvis,
there he
up
is.
you get. And yep, we saw some Elvis moves today. And we see
They
David
say
Deckham calling him off.
he's nothing but a hound dog.
Oh, you went there. You went there.
Sorry. To be honest, my knowledge of Elvis songs is quite limited.
Yeah, mine too. I feel like that's a musical artist that I need to get a little bit more behind.
I wonder if it's really true that they found him dead on the toilet.
I wonder. Let's hope that's not an eventuality for our Elvis. Good God, that would shock the Derby Nation.
Oh dear.
We've got Copter jamming. I told you I wanted
Oh,
him to jam.
you got what you asked for.
Let's go, Copter.
Let's go, Copter.
And let's go his rolliness up the inside.
Oh, his
got it
rolliness
through.
too good. Up the inside for lead jammer.
And we see we've got Copter currently.
Copter's stashed
He's
it
got
already.
He's got and he's trying to pass it to Boyd. But you know what? Why not just skate past Boyd? Put it back on your head, mate.
He's
You're
done the
jammer.
job. He's done the job.
And his rolliness is still fighting through for a very... Oh, it looks like he's calling it, and it's done before Copter can hit the back of the wall. We've got 3 points. 3 points to BCR just then. Fantastic work.
Copter not quite getting any points on that pass. It looked close, but his rolliness calling it off in good time.
And here we go. We've got David Deckham taking the jammer line. And I believe that's Drop Blair. Let's hope I don't get his name wrong this time.
Drop Blair and David Deckham.
David Deckham trying the outside, finding a really harsh wall up the front there that's constantly rotating to keep him. Forced to the outside, and he's resetting it back a little bit. Meanwhile, Drop Blair's pushing on that back wall, that beautiful pink wall that's just holding him, locking him down. We've got skaters on the floor. Drop Blair's still fighting. And David Deckham has been recycled to the back. Blair is through with lead. BCR gets lead there. And he comes through to get his points, to pick up those wonderful points that he has worked so hard for.
Well duked.
On the outside, one more blocker out, unfortunately. And we've had a star pass. Bit late there, but Carnage has got a star pass. But unfortunately called off before we can get any points.
So I was just reading some fun facts on the Capital Carnage player David Deckham, thinking, did that name come from, you know, it's a cool name. So
It's a David
Deckham, like a David Beckham, but no, like I was thinking maybe he played soccer, but no, his other sport is skiing.
Skiing.
I like skiing.
I feel like derby skills would translate into
well,
that
if you
quite
think if you think about the plough,
except for when you're skiing, maybe don't try to use your toe stops because they're not there. And you might find yourself falling down a hill.
if you think about it, with snow ploughs and plows, they're the same movement. So
Snow plough, that makes a bit
plough. So yeah, that's a bit of fun fact for you. So
and
you
we've got Cliffhanger jamming for Carnage.
Oh, nice hit.
Who have we got there for BCR?
It's a mess, man. I
Oh.
cannot see. I think it's Cutthroat King.
You can recognize him by his extreme agility and his quick movements. And he's coming around that apex.
This sounds silly, but I start recognizing skaters by like their skates.
Ah, yes.
Because literally sometimes that's all you can see of a person when they're in a big pack like that. It's just a set of wheels.
Oh, Carnage has gotten through. They've made it through.
He's taking the panty off, putting it back on.
Popping it back on, and he's approaching the back of the pack as Cutthroat Kings is calling it off. That jam is done. We've got about 3 more minutes left in this period. We've got BCR with 213 to Carnage 73. It has been a fantastic game of skill. We've seen apex jumps. We've seen straightaway jumps. We've seen falls. We've seen some amazing blocking and some amazing jamming that was quick, agile, and effective. Both teams have worked to shut each other's walls down, to shut each other's jammers down, and have been very good at that.
I'd like to, like, the fitness to keep getting, like, that close, doing those late starts, getting into each other's positions. Like, we're coming to the last couple of minutes of the game. Like, if that was me, I'd be like, are you serious? You want me to move more than I have to?
Yeah.
The energy that's come from this game, like, no one has switched off. No one.
Endurance and stamina.
Like Bobby Smack, who recently just sat off for 3 jams due to injury.
He just jumped the apex backwards and skated backwards to pull that jammer all the way back.
You know, when a blocker got an apex jump, a blocker got an apex jump.
You just got to
It's
do what you got to do.
do what you got to do.
Unless you can't, then you learn how to apex jump, in
it.
my case.
So he's rolling us through for lead jammer.
And we have Astro Boyd through at the front with
a
the
penny
penny in
pass.
his hands.
Oh no, he's rolling a cent to the box.
It is up to Astro Boyd now.
I think that was a high
Up against
block.
a
I just
tripod.
missed the signal from the referee there, but power jam, and this will be a 2-minute jam. There's only 53 seconds left on the jam clock anyway.
Boyd's being pulled back, but his team is coming in. Copter's in there to put in a good hands, make
Copter.
life a bit easier for him. And Boyd's finding some holes. He's having a push. They're
Just how
stretching out the pack a bit here.
Again, like I was just saying, they sped up the pack, and then all of a sudden, damn, stop, boom, like we have got you stopped.
Oh, and do we see this? Copter's moving the pack up just then to get him onto the apex, to give him a bit more space on those edges so we could find some space.
Is rolling us, still finding the inside line for a 4-point pass.
And we see
Carnage were looking quite promising at the end of the second half, but it has just been a very energetic game, and I think like it just takes its toll over the course of 2 30-minute halves.
And we see our pink and black rolling onto track now. We've got BCR wanting that pivot line. That pivot line is theirs. They got their toe on it. Better keep your hips on the other side of that pivot's hips. And we got BCR sitting up in the middle. But as we know, as we have seen quite often in this game, there's going to be some crazy reshuffling right before that whistle, because we don't want the jammers to know what to expect when they hit those walls. It's about getting the jammer off balance and getting the opposition off balance. You don't know where to cover those holes if you don't know where they are right before the whistle.
This has been a very entertaining matchup, Deckham versus Drop Bear.
And we see BCR. Oh, we got a bit of David Deckham on.
We've
Drop
gone in reverse.
And we're going, yep, we're reverse derby now.
Oh, nice touch from Thuggernaut, sending
Blair is out.
Drop Blair. Whoop.
And we've
sitting correct.
We've got Carnage through with the lead. Deckham is coming up to the wall. They're all spaced out. He's finding those holes, and he's through.
What an easy pass, untouched virtually.
Love it. And we got Blair on his back. We looked like we got some smiles just then from Blair. They're having a good time.
I'm wondering if they're going to run the clock down. They're letting this jam go on. Drop Blair going up for some points of this pass. Just pushing and squirming his way.
And we've
nice
got Carnage
assist
through again.
At bay while Blair
still going with Deckham just behind him with lead.
Bay while Blair
still going with Deckham just behind him with lead. Calling it off. What a game. What a fantastic game of skill. We see BCR with 2-2-5, Carnage with 9-1. Both teams have played fantastically today with extreme skill, fitness, and endurance. These men have stamina. It has been confirmed we have our final score of BCR with 225 to Carnage 91. I gotta love the Derby stank.
Oh, well done to everyone. The men in pink, they'll still get another game. I think there's a minimum of 3 games this weekend for all the teams that are participating today and tomorrow.
I believe you're right, and we're going to see BCR go up against their next opponents in what will possibly be a tougher game. This is Kilowatts and
Howser
signing off. Have a very good day, and we hope to see you again at another Derby event.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Bump runs through on the inside line, putting 5 points on the board for Smash. And the jam comes to its natural conclusion. Sydney Smash Brothers on 53 points and Chaos on 5. Skate Slinger takes lead for Sydney. Oh! Nice work from Blue 1197 Vaxter. Jammer for Cops Chaos. Slinger calls it, but not in time. He high-fives Vaxter for making it in time for the call. It is 2-2. All right, I guess I'll pick up some points. Regan coming around again. Vaxter being caught on J-Dam. Vaxter calls it off after picking up 3 points. And Regan slipped in there and got 2 points. Oh, I thought that Cora Blimey was going to take lead, but Ash Page came out of nowhere and knocked him around. Skate Slinger has lead. Oh, KP just jumps over the fallen Jammer to prevent from hurting him, but he gets a penalty anyway. Cora Blimey is through on initial. Skate Slinger coming through for a scoring pass. He picks up some points and calls the jam. 1 point to Slinger, 1-0. Tomahawk got released from the bin, but KP went in. They're just tag teaming. Smasher fielding Grease Monkey as a blocker for the Sydney Smash Brothers. Grease Monkey recently came back from Vancouver, where he skated in men's champs. He spent 3 months training there and competing. And when he did those championship games, I know that he did it with a sprained ankle and a broken rib. Absolutely nothing will stop Grease Monkey from that track. And Mr. Bump takes lead. Tick, tick, boom, hot. Oh, big hit. Oh, Falcon hits Mr. Bump to the infield, giving Tick, tick, boom, his jammer, enough time to get 1 point. 2 points because of KP in the box. Mr. Bump called it pretty quick, but not quick enough for Chaos to sneak in there. We have G-Man being held up by Ash Page, Jim Peckable. They're recycling him. KP is back. Oh, Regan gets knocked to the outside line by 7-4. Regan is so fast. He takes lead for the Sydney Smash Brothers. Oh. KP gets taken out, but he's up and he's all right. G-Man still on initial with Ash Page and Jim Peckable up front. Regan running through with his agility and his quickness picks up another 5 points. What excellent fitness. Ash Page recycling G-Man all the way to near the pivot line. And welcome back to the Knee Smash Brothers versus Coffs Chaos.
Second period about to get started, so if you need to take a seat, take it. Heading into this period with Chaos on 20, Smash at 178. Full mongrel back.
We have Regan on the jam line for Sydney Smash Brothers, and as soon as I said, he takes lead. Full mongrel dealing with Grease Monkey. Oh, he's dealing with a 4-wall up the front there. It's Regan bean dipping around the outside. Running through. He's checking his bench. You want me to call it? Yeah, call it off. Beautiful open to the second half. That is the Sydney Smash Brothers on 182 and Coffs Chaos on 20 points. Smasher Fielding, KP, Knuckles, Ash Page, Jim, Peckable, and Skate Slinger on the jam line. Coffs have a 1 in the box, which is why they're starting with 3 and why that skater just jumped off. Wow. They try to block Skate Slinger and end up just bumping into each other. Ash Page holding up that jammer. Oh, Coffs take lead. Slinger stashes the star. Being recycled around the outside by Lush. Slinger comes in at full speed, knocks through, tick, tick, boom, and completes his initial pass, forcing a call-off from Coffs after he scored 2 points. That was Core Blamey, Blue 404. We have Mr. Mullet Ather Party, Blue 91, Vaxter for Coffs, Blue 75. Oh, Mr. Bump defies gravity and takes that outside line sideways and backwards on his toe stops. Baxter being pushed through by his blocker. Really tight walls. Smash seem unfazed by all the assists. Grease Monkey ready out the full. Really clear. Nice chill communication from the bench. Of course, Smash don't have bench. They self-bench. So nice team community. Smash. Full Mongrel takes no pass. And he completes his initial pass, and he is chasing down Mr. Bump. Mr. Bump runs, picks up some points, and calls the jam. Oh, Coffs pick up 1 point in that. Nice work. We just have an official timeout. We just have some track repair. Full Mongrel and Regan just having a little chat on the jam line. Oh, while we're waiting, let's learn some more fun facts about Smash. Who have we got here? So we have Regan on the jam line. Regan is just the best in the world, in my opinion. He likes video games, and he likes going to the gym. Yeah, I thought I'd have more fun facts than that, to be honest. Here we have Bruce Scrambles here. His name comes from a B-grade horror movie, especially Bruce Campbell in Evil Dead 3. If you've never seen Evil Dead, well, you know, you give it a miss, but definitely see Evil Dead. Definitely take it with a grain of salt. He would like to shout out to Skater HQ. This is Scramble's 3rd National Championships, and he is also a founding member of Smash. All right, and they're off. Full Mongrel being held up by the aforementioned Bruce Scrambles, Tomahawk, and J-Dam. Regan through again, and he takes the lead again. Oh, Grease Monkey tracking the Gemma there. Devastating shoulder. Regan running through the inside. Oh, someone lost something on their skate. Oh, G-Man lost his mouth guard. He just picks it up from the floor, puts it back in. Regan runs it through. He's skating backwards like, do you want me to call it, guys? And they're like, yeah. It's a very nice and calm game that Smash are playing, particularly in the face of like the heavy hits and of chaos. I feel like both teams really live up to their names. Five seconds has been called. Oh, a little pile up in the front there. Skate Slinger pirouetting around and taking lead for Smash. Baxter holding up against Ash Page up the back. And Slinger smashes into that 3-wall. Darts around, puts another 5 points on the board for Smash. Oh. Oh, big shoulder from KP. Jim Peckable stayed in bounds. With that blue full wall by himself. He looks around and he's like, hey, can I get an assist here? But he spies the clock and there's only a few seconds on it. The jam comes to its natural end. This is potentially the last jam in the game. For it, Cops have fielded Tick Tick Boom. And Smash have fielded Knuckles. Now Knuckles is a Detal, which will be a really intense game. Smash usually win against Scartel, but last time they played them, they lost. Scartel looking very, very strong this season, but I know that Smash is looking to get a medal like they always do every Nationals. I've been Sasha Fierce. Stay tuned for more men's Nationals action.
Newcastle men's for their first outing here at AMRD Nationals. Certainly showing that they are the men of steel. All right, you probably haven't heard that, but Prince Harming versus Dex here. And Prince Harming picks up a cut on his initial. That's going to give Dex 1 minute left in the first period. David Deckham, he's been very consistent. Really stepped up this year, made the Wizards training squad. And showing just why. He's really putting points up there. Lots of leads, lots of points. Really consistent, no penalties. Just a pleasure to watch. As you see, sneaks up the inside, 4 points. Not sure why it wasn't 5. Kind of looked like he got a lap. Oh, Dex, beautiful footwork. Dances around all 3 blockers at the back there. We're seeing a track cut signal to someone. That is Prince Harming back to the box. Second time this jam. Dex calls it off and ices him there. So that's going to be 4 or 5 more. Five more, and that is halftime. So 147 plays 35. Capital Carnage really putting the stomp down after an early strong start from the Men of Steel. Men of Steel really bringing some aggression, some power. But this is their first men's nationals. They do have some fly-in skaters. So they're doing an admirable job for their first visit here to nationals. We're going to come back in about 14 minutes. Those of you that are watching on YouTube later, you'll just be able to hit fast forward and I'll see you in like seconds. Everyone else go and get your favorite beverage. We'll see you back shortly. Might be there again now. Maybe. If not, I'm talking to you from in the future. All right, so the official review, the refs are talking. They're pretty excited by this official review. Oh! All right. Interesting review. Sounds like that is upheld. Dex was busy fixing his skate the whole time he was in the box. He was instructed to stand, did not do so, and then left. So he did not stand for 10 seconds, thus penalty box violation. Dex is heading back as the jammer. Ba-bow. All right, so they're just going to clarify that Dex is going to go and hang out in the box. He seemed to be getting pretty friendly with the penalty box staff in that previous visit. Ooh! Plot twist. So they've changed their mind. Apparently, because he spent so long in the box, they were good with it. And he did serve his time, and they're happy. So Newcastle do not retain their official review. Meanwhile, Copter gets lead jammer. So Copter calls it off before Atomic Hamster can do anything about it. That's going to bring us up a jam score of 0-0? 0-0. No, 4-0. That looks more like what I saw happen on the track. 4-0. So that's 168 plays 38. 26 minutes 35 left in this game. Numero uno versus Bobby Smack. Bobby Smack flattened on the outside. Shaniqua just big hits. Numero uno, big strong lead. Bobby Smack goes one-on-one with Judge Shred. Bobby Smack, too good. Gets out and starts lapping. Numero uno happy to do 4-0 in that one. So, Dex after that threat of an extra penalty. Back up, lining up against Prince Harming. Prince Harming lead over Dex. The Men of Steel with some great offense off the start there. Dex comes in hot though. Steals points against lead, 3-1. Copter is lining up captain for Capital Carnage against numero uno, two big powerful boys. Copter though with the fancy footwork gets lead jammer. Numero uno now out and it's a track cut. Thug slammed to the ground. Forearms call on someone. That's going to be Shaniqua. Oh, Newcastle loses their jammer and pivot to the box. That's going to leave Copter scoring unopposed. D-block takes him out. She thinks she's got the cut. Jam ref agrees. Copter is going to play do-si-do with numero uno. 1 minute left on the period clock. Copter definitely didn't see that one coming. We'll see what numero uno can do with these 50 seconds remaining on the period clock, on the jam clock, sorry. Shaniqua just slams Thuggernaut out of the way, trying to make a lane for numero uno, but Boyd's there. Boyd with a blocker apex jump. Unable to shut down numero uno though. Copter is now back. 30 seconds left in the jam clock. Sparkles tries to do something about Copter's momentum. It's unsuccessful. So now we're seeing 9 points on the board for Carnage this jam. Not sure why there are none up for Newcastle. I thought he'd pick some up already. Pension check, just doing a great job double teaming with Boyd. That is the 2 minutes, folks. Tough jam, tough jam. 12 points to 2. So while Copter might not have agreed with that call, it certainly worked in their favor. All right, so we have a team timeout from Capital Carnage. Copter's going to skate back and have a chat with his boys. Meanwhile, some little tidbits from their player profiles. Let's have a look. So Bobby Smack, he's been jamming hard for them. He's been skating since 2014, previously rugby union, and was a skier. His ambition is to be competitive for one more year. His best derby moment, duking Sarge at Nationals in 2015. I'm not sure if that is his best one, because maybe that TV show that he was on, Looking for Love on Channel 7. I think that was his best derby moment. So this is not the first date for Bobby Smack here with Atomic Hamster, both lining up as the jammers for their teams. So penalty box is clear. It's 5-on-5. Bit of tussling before the whistle. There it is. Atomic Hamster gets fed straight into the wall. He goes for a pull. Boyd's right there. That was a nice kind of whip assist, but did not pay off. Bobby Smack for lead, though. Atomic Hamster, less than half a track behind Bobby. Boyd trying to set something up for Bobby. Did it work? Was there any points in that? We're going to see. Jamref's call is, I don't think there was any points in that. Jamref's conferring, still conferring. And 1 point. So that, no, 2 points. So that set up by Boyd at the back did the trick. Bobby Smack extends Carnage's lead, 185 to 45. There's 21 minutes left in this game here, folks. Nobody wearing the jammer stuff for the Men of Steel. Thugs hits him out and all the way back, giving time for Dex to pick up a good, strong lead. Big shout out to all these skaters who are probably watching this back. You guys are playing a great game out there. Both teams giving it their all. So Atomic, Hamster, and Bobby Smack lining up again. I guess both these teams are running a 3-jammer rotation, so guys are just going up against each other. Fancy toe stop work up the outside for Atomic Hamster. Maybe he's running those bont toe goes. Bobby Smack stashes. He's working off the back of D-Block and Judge Shred. Judge Shred knocks him to the ground. So Bobby still stuck fighting. Pension check does manage to knock Atomic Hamster out of bounds, but he gets a penalty for his troubles. Hamster getting the call at signal from the Men of Steel's bench. Good jam for Newcastle men's. How many is the total? Is this going to push them over the 50-point mark? It does. 7 points. 194 versus 52. 18 minutes left in the game. Cop there, wearing the star. Numero uno, though, with lead jammer. It's chaos on the track. Bodies flying everywhere. An apex jump and hands in the air for numero uno. 4-0. Nice work there by numero uno. Just cranking things up above that 50 mark. 194 plays 57. Oh, we are going to see Shaniqua jamming for the Men of Steel. The big man lining up against Dex. But it's an even bigger wall he's having to work against and not making much progress. That tripod formation. Oh, but he outspeeds Thugs down the outside. Pension check back from the box now. Even though those boys are huge, they do struggle to cover the entire track. So Dex comfortably makes that a 5-0. So you'll see a team timeout for the Men of Steel. There is now 17 minutes left in this game. So just that Newcastle really going to have a chat together. They're going to see what else they can do with this game. It's going to be tough to... So the house announcer there, just giving Bobby Smack crap for his TV appearance, like we all have. So I'm just bringing up the tournament structure here. So this is game number 7. Game number 7, I think. Game number 8, maybe. Which track are we on? We're on track 2, so this is game number 8. So this is the consolidation brackets. The winner of this goes to play the loser of... So the winner... I'm confused. Perth. They get to play Perth. That makes sense. Whoever wins this plays Perth tomorrow at 9 a.m. And the winner of that goes on to play for 5th. However, the loser of this goes to play for 9th. So it's either 5th or 9th place that you're watching here, folks. If I'm reading this tournament structure correctly. Meanwhile, over on the other track, the Federales are playing against Light City. Light City strongly in the lead. So they're going to do some things. And also play off for like 7th and 8th-ish. All right, so Cup there, Atomic Hamster. Copdale wishing that his lunch was as big as Atomic Hamster, but he also wishes he had a lead. Oh, and one of the fastest star passes I've ever seen. Cliffhanger, now the jammer of record for the Carnage. He's going fast. Is it fast enough?
Atomic Hamster calls off the jam with just 1 point to the Men of Steel. 1 is still better than 0. Carnage has cracked the 200-point mark. Score update 202 to Carnage to 58 to the Men of Steel. We've got the celebrity back on track again with Bobby Smack up against numero uno.
So, jam rotation continuing to clock through. Numero uno, this time lining up against Bobby Smack. Shaniqua mixing up the rotation earlier has offset that rotation. So numero uno, nice strong lead jammer there. Bobby Smack stashes it, does the job to get out, but numero uno with a beautiful apex jump. He's going to try and not try, he's just going to get that lap point on Bobby Smack. Bobby Smack picks up forearms. It's now a power jam. Numero uno didn't know that Bobby Smack was going to the box. He called it off. It is going to be a power jam start. All right, so Capital Carnage are going to review. I'm guessing they're going to challenge that forearms penalty on Bobby Smack. That would seem the logical thing. They don't want to start a jam with their jammer in the box for 30 seconds. Okay, so they are happy for Bobby Smack to sit in the box for 30 seconds, but they want Numero Uno to hang out there with him. They are challenging the lack of a track cut, I'm guessing on that apex jump. So challenging the no call on the cutting, on a cutting penalty on Numero Uno. Pretty quick decision. That one's usually a cut and dried case. There was not really extenuating circumstances. Roger Jamjet just going to tell them what happened. I'm betting right now, is saying the call stands. That's usually what the refs say. We'll find out. Well, that didn't take long. No call stands. So bottom line is they were challenging his hand touching out of bounds, which is fine. So Bobby Smack's going to think about what he did with his forearms for a while. Meanwhile, his teammates are just going to worry about pummeling the daylights out of that Newcastle jammer. Oh, engage the core. Boyd just flattens Prince Harming. Goes down himself, but gives time for Copter and Cliffhanger to reset in front. Ouch. That means that lead is still available as Bobby returns to the box. He's got one to beat. He's going around nobody. He's going around Shaniqua, and he picks up lead out of the box. Great penalty kill from the boys in pink. Star Pass has now been completed to nobody. Bobby's just like, I'm done. I'm calling that. Okay, Dex now lining up against Atomic Hamster. Dex with that agility up the inside line. Atomic Hamster tries to follow him and actually does, which is a little odd. That normally doesn't work. Good read of the packs. So Dex picks 4 clean points up, calls it. So cup there, numero uno, jammers of record, Thugganaut, Leo Slayer, Wall, holding back numero uno. Meanwhile, Copter just using his momentum up the front. Is he going for a track cut? No, he nicely dealt with that. Numero uno picks up lead while Copter takes the safer entry. Odd call off there. That was 3 points to Newcastle men. 67 plays, 210. So the boys in pink are leading. There is 10 minutes left in this consolidation bracket. This is not the final, though. They play off for 5th and 9th, depending on the outcome of this. So next jam is well underway as Prince Harming's just driving against Copter. Switching out the star for blocking roll. Dex recycled all the way. There's skaters crawling around on the floor. And Dex gets lead or a penalty. Not sure. Lead it is. All right, so we have 5 points to 0 there for that jam, but we're under timeout. Not quite sure. Copdale wants to have a chat with the officials. All right, the refs are just having a conversation about that jam. I don't know what they're talking about. Newcastle men's are lined up, ready to go. So, Capital Carnage having a conversation in the middle with Roger Jamjet. Judge Shred just hanging out there for moral support. All right, so whatever was going on there has been dealt with. We have less than 10 minutes left to play here in this consolidation bracket game. Full pack of pink Carnage skaters. A very depleted pack with nobody. Pretty much the only blocker on the track for Newcastle men's. I'm trying to work out where the other one is. Judge Fred is coming over. He doesn't want to get in illegal positioning. That's not fun. Dex, Atomic Hamster, two very agile, fast jammers. Dex. Oh. Now, that's an interesting play. Dex had barely broken the pack for lead and he called it off. Now, is that because he's trying to change up the rotation, or is he just wanting to burn the clock? Interesting. That is a thing that people do. Woo! Timeout. Everyone at home can press fast forward if you're watching this in the future. If you're watching this in real time, you can probably Instagram something. That's what I'm doing. Some confusion. Not a lot of confusion, though. We're back on. We're back. We're back. So Dex up for lead again and calls it off again. So I'm guessing he's just looking to burn the clock. That would be a strategy you can use at this point in the game. No points differential matters here at AMRD Nationals, as far as I can tell from the tournament structure. It's all wins and losses. So, yeah, it's a little boring, but hey, he's going to play roller derby this time. Go roller derby. So yeah, that was strange, but it happened. All right, so Atomic Hamster is now out of the pack. Dex has got 4 and none, and he's going to go long jam. More clock burning opportunities, but just winding the clock, not a long jam. He just wanted to get his blockers back. What a lovely jammer doing that for his blockers in the bin. Wish my jammers did that for me. I probably shouldn't have gone to the bin. That would have been a better idea. They'll probably make me do more jamming just as penalty. We'll see. We'll see. Bobby Smack, numero uno. All right, so Bobby Smack with the lead for Capital Carnage. We are in the 6 minutes left in this game. Numero uno just getting driven down by the Carnage skaters. Boyd thought he had numero uno out of bounds there, and he didn't. Luckily, his teammates were able to get up there and do it for him. Thugs thought he had him out of bounds. Again, it was just one hand. He's clearly been practicing that one hand out of bounds re-entry thing. Bobby Smack just pushing up the front. 5 points already. There's another 5. Solidifying this win for Carnage as we go into 5 minutes left in the game. So a 14-0 for Carnage there. 2:33 played, 68, exactly 5 minutes left in the game now. Dex, nice quick lead. Atomic Hamster hot on his heels though. He's got about a quarter of a track advantage. Dex, apex jumps, calls it off. Did he pick up the points? It looked like a clean landing from this vantage point. Refs agree. 4-0. That jam was fast. Well, some less awesome news. Bobby Smack has been removed from the game for injury. He's currently with the First Aiders. Refs are talking about whatever happened there. No official review or anything, but we are on an official timeout as the refs discuss that. Seems like no further action will be taken. Dex was happy with that 1 minute-ish breaks that he's just going to line up again with the Jammer Star. Dude has some serious endurance. Nobody wearing the star for Newcastle men's. Not nobody as in they don't have a jammer. The skater known as nobody. And here's lead jammer. So Dex just happily collecting points while nobody sits in the bin. He's lost lead. He's now stashed it. Oh, Dex thinks about calling it, realizes he's not lead. Nobody has returned from the bin. He puts the star back on. He is on a scoring pass. Oh, and he just flattens. That was Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger holding his spine. Nobody going to the bin for that back block. That looked like it hurt. That's why it's a penalty, I guess. Dex just keeps lapping. He's got 35 seconds left in this jam to think about how many points he wants to score. Show off puts it up to 25. 24. He's going to keep going, though. He's not going to get 9 scoring passes, but it looks like he's going to try. Nobody returns to the track, completes his scoring pass. Dex is like, oh, I'm done. So grand total for that, 29-point jam. But nobody should have picked up some points. Apparently not. 29-0 is going to be the call. 5 seconds. Newcastle are asking for their points to go up. They thought they got some. See if the refs agree. They're like, hey, he went around and passed people. That's roller derby scoring. Oh, so nobody got 1 point. 69, dude. All right, so we have 1 minute 46 left in this game. 1 minute 56 on the jam clock. Whoever gets lead can choose to end the game after this jam. And that goes to Atomic Hamster. To call it. 3-0 to Atomic Hamster and the Men of Steel. We're about to clock into the final minute of this consolidation bracket game. And we see a new jammer. It's Moth lining up against Bobby Smack. Jam, jam, jam. Everyone loves to jam. It's what we do. Can Moth make it 2 in a row lead? He does! Bobby Smack barreled down. Moth 100% lead. He's shown off a little there. He is in control of this. The period clock has 20 seconds left. The jam clock has 1:30. He calls it. Is someone going to get a timeout? They're going to need to if they want to play more roller derby this afternoon. Otherwise, we're going to the pub. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the period clock. No one wants to roller skate more. How boring are they? Congratulations to Capital Carnage. Taking a strong victory there over the Men of Steel. That means Carnage go on to the finals tomorrow where they play off for 5th place in the country here at AMRD Nationals 2017. Newcastle men's now play off for 9th in their 3rd game of the weekend tomorrow. Big thank you to Skate Project for making this coverage possible. Apologies for the internet. Blame the government for the crappy NBN. Big high fives to all the Men of Steel skating around. Looking good, having fun at their first appearance at Nationals. But congratulations to Capital Carnage. A strong victory, well deserved, allowing them to fight for 5th tomorrow. I've been KP from Sydney City Smash. That is day 1 done. We'll see you all tomorrow.